Rangers could be on the brink of a total revolution as the 49ers and Andrew Cavenagh plot a shock move that might just blow Ibrox wide open. Keith Jackson drops Celtic exit hint. Over at Rugby Park, Derek McInnes is calling one of his defenders a master of a dying art. And he might just have a point. And Fabrizio Romano, Rangers considering hiring league-winning manager. 93% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. That's mental. It's completely free, takes 2 seconds, and you'll never miss the biggest stories in Scottish football once we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm giving away a brand new SPFL shirt of your team. If you're subscribed, you're in the draw. Simple as that. Right then, pull up a chair and brace yourself, because this one's got Rangers fans teetering between despair and delirium. It has been a season to forget at Ibrox. Celtic are a single victory away from the domestic treble. The Felipe Clement experiment ended in ruins. Barry Ferguson has set an unfortunate record with the club's worst home run. And let us not even mention the fact they kicked off the campaign without a proper home stadium. Not exactly the dream script, is it? But just when it seemed like the storm would never pass, a flicker of light appears over the golden skyline. Enter the 49ers Enterprises and Andrew Cavenagh. The American consortium is reportedly this close to sealing a full takeover, and they are not wasting time. They have already parachuted in Kevin Thelwell from Everton as the new sporting director, and he is cracking on with the most important question of all: who is going to lead Rangers from the dugout? The hot rumor spinning out of Italy is that Rangers have made a concrete offer to none other than David Ancelotti, the Real Madrid assistant coach and son of football royalty Carlo Ancelotti. Yes, the same Davide who was dubbed his father's secret weapon and played a pivotal role in outwitting Bayern Munich in a recent Champions League semi-final. Now, Rangers fans might flinch at the word nepotism, but let us be honest, this lad's resume is not stitched together with favor. He topped his UEFA A license class at just 26 and earned his pro license in Wales. He has coached at Bayern Munich, Napoli, Everton, and Real Madrid. Not as a water boy, but right there in the tactical trenches. And if you are wondering whether this is all just more transfer window fantasy, think again. Italian sources, including Sky Sports Italy and Corriere dello Sport, are reporting that an official offer has already been made. Meanwhile, Serie A side Como are sniffing around as well, and Bayer Leverkusen could swoop in to replace Xabi Alonso with Cesc Fabregas, leaving Ancelotti Jr. dangling in the middle of a proper managerial tug-of-war. The 49ers' only other major appointment in football was at Leeds, where they went for the very safe pair of hands that is Daniel Farke. But at Ibrox, the door is open for something bold, unorthodox, and possibly brilliant. Let us not forget, the last time Rangers rolled the dice on a young manager with limited experience, they got Steven Gerrard, who brought the club its most successful period since the days of Walter Smith. If Davide Ancelotti gets the job, is it an inspired move backed by real pedigree, or just a rich club playing fantasy football with a famous surname? Let me know in the comments, and do not hold back. Right? Buckle up, Celtic fans, because this summer might sting a bit more than usual. Keith Jackson has been stirring the pot again, and this time it is Rio Hatate's name at the center of the storm. According to whispers shared on the Daily Records Hotline Live, Hatate is not exactly kicking down the door, but he is definitely giving off "it's time to go" energy behind the scenes. The Japanese midfielder, fresh off a standout performance and goal in that 3-1 win over Hibernian, is being linked with a move to Serie A side Udinese. And if Jackson's sources are anything to go by, Hatate is quietly nudging his way toward the exit. This is starting to sound eerily familiar, is it not? Think back to Kyogo Furuhashi's January departure to Rennes in France. That little French adventure has turned into a baguette-shaped bench-warming nightmare. 0 goals, barely any minutes, and by the looks of it, Rennes are already looking for the return receipt. Hatate might want to ring up his old pal Kyogo before finalizing his escape route, because while Italian football might be tempting, the grass on the other side is not always greener. That said, the ambition is clear. Hatate wants to test himself in a more competitive league. And with Celtic's Champions League campaigns usually cut shorter than a Scottish summer, he is hunting for bigger stages. Brendan Rodgers is no fool though. Word is, he is already scouring the market for a central midfielder, just in case Hatate packs his bags. One name that keeps popping up is Motherwell's Lennon Miller. The 8-year-old is seen as one of the brightest young things in Scottish football. But let us be honest, asking him to fill Hatate's boots straight away is like handing someone the keys to a Ferrari when they have only just passed their driving test. Yes, Miller has promise, but Celtic would need someone with a bit more seasoning to partner him in the middle, especially considering Hatate's been quietly having his best season in a Celtic shirt. Top goal numbers, PFA Scotland Team of the Year, and finally earning some overdue respect after years of mixed reviews. Of all times to lose him, now would be particularly rough. If Reo Hatate does leave this summer, would that be a sign of Celtic's ambition fading, or just the reality of playing in a league that cannot hold on to its best talent? Let us hear it in the comments. Now here is a wee tale of revival, resilience, and a center-back who might not do Rabonas or rainbow flicks, but could well be Kilmarnock's player of the season without even blinking. Derek McInnes has been banging the drum for Stuart Finley, and honestly, the numbers back him up. Since the big man returned from a 5-month ankle injury layoff, Killy have rattled off 4 wins in 5 matches. The only loss? Away to Celtic, which at this point barely counts as a blemish, more like a rite of passage. Finley is not flashy. He is not pinging diagonal balls or ghosting into the box. He just defends, calm, composed, and commanding. And according to McInnes, that is a dying art. In his words, so many boys now just want to play their own game, but Finley makes the whole back line better. Robbie Dees, Corey Ndaba, Lewis Mayo, all of them have looked sharper, smarter, and just plain more solid with him beside them. The manager even called Dees' performance against Dundee possibly his best ever in a Kilmarnock shirt. And guess who was right there next to him, quietly organizing, covering, talking, and just doing the dirty work no one puts in the highlight reels? That is right, Stuart Findlay. The man is like a defensive metronome, just ticking along and making sure everything stays in tune. On top of that, McInnes had to bat away whispers about the Hearts job, but he kept the focus sharp, and Killy got over the line to confirm another season of top-flight football. From the turn of the year, they have been the 5th best team in the country on form. Not bad for a side many tipped to be scrapping at the bottom. In a league obsessed with flair and flash, has Scottish football been guilty of undervaluing old-school defenders like Stuart Finley? Or are managers just too stubborn to build around players who do the basics brilliantly? Let us hear it in the comments. Well now, it looks like Rangers are fishing in familiar waters. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Ibrox board have added a rather well-known name to their managerial wish list. That is right. Steven Gerrard could be making a dramatic return to the touchline in Govan. The same Steven Gerrard who guided Rangers to that invincible title in the 2020-21 season, ending a decade-long wait and stopping Celtic's run dead in its tracks. It was a season of steel, swagger, and clean sheets galore. 102 points, 0 league defeats, and a team that looked like it was carved out of granite. Gerrard walked out of Ibrox a hero. But as we all know, football does not pause for sentiment. Since then, things have not exactly gone to script. He had a short-lived spell at Aston Villa, where results dried up faster than a Scottish summer. Then came the Saudi Arabian detour with Al Ettifaq, which fizzled out with a mutual goodbye earlier this year. Now he is a free agent with a managerial record at Rangers that still shines brighter than most. 124 wins from 192 matches, a points per game average of 2.15, and a trophy that meant everything to the blue half of Glasgow. The question now is not just whether Rangers want him back, but whether Gerrard wants to walk back into that dressing room. It is not the same club he left. The squad needs surgery, the mood is fragile, and the pressure? Multiply that by 10, because expectations are sky high and patience is running on fumes. Gerrard would have credit in the bank with the fans, no doubt. But returning to the scene of your greatest triumph is always a gamble. Just ask any manager who has tried to go back. Would bringing Gerrard back be a bold step towards stability, or a desperate throwback to past glories that will only end in disappointment? Let the comments section explode. And don't forget, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that mark, we're giving away a shirt of your favorite SPFL team to one lucky subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, drop your team in the comments, Don't forget to leave a like on the video. I post videos every day talking about our Scottish football. See you soon.